Make sure we're back. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah, I just fixed it. Yeah, we're back. Just fixed it. I don't know what happened. I completely just crashed. I think, like I said, that game messed up my thing. So I don't think I'm gonna be doing that anytime soon again. Yeah. Yeah, I froze up for a bit. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm back though. I'm back. So let's try that again. Don't know if y'all gonna get back. How to know who's gonna get back? John, you still there? Okay, so we're gonna pull this aside. Restore. Close that off. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Fights.
Jason John said we are good now.
Yeah, good stuff. My bad. It froze out on me. I don't know. Like I said, I think that game messed up my PC. Gone. Right here. This is what I'm talking about right here. Okay, so look. Bruh took 0 damage from that. This is the first time you meet this man. Stop it. Listen to that ominous music. And you do immediately 14. This is your introduction to Sephiroth back in the day. Look at that. Kill you in one shot. Then uses life too to bring you back. And brings you back to life. Like that. Hit you with a flamethrower. 490 damage. Kills the dragon in one hit. That's how you introduce the villain. He got hit with dragon breath, tanked it, didn't even flinch, and the dude is and the dragon is one-shotting you. That's what I'm talking about. That's how crazy Sephiroth is. And then on top of that,
Rick said Bot Rix has correctly joined the channel.
That his theme music. He put it this way. His theme music is the only music it's the only theme music I've ever bothered to learn. Like I ever bothered to learn the name of. It's called One Winged Angel. His theme music is called One Winged Angel. Bruh is insane.
Jason John said, but it's fire though.
It did 0 damage to him. And that's your first introduction into how they did him in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I believe somebody said it best, right? They should have did him exactly the same in Final Fantasy Rebirth. When you first see him in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, you do the same fight, but he has a flinch animation, right? He should never had a flinch animation. Because the fact that he could tank that dragon.
Jason John said it's better.
Graphic-wise, yes, of course. It better be for how long it takes to make, where it is. What's good, Trans? What's good, Edits? How you doing, big dog?
_ edits said you.
What's good with you, big dog? I'm just chilling, talking. Right now, talking about Final Fantasy VII. But One Winged Angel,
Jason
I would
John
play that.
Said there's going to be another game of it.
Oh yeah, they're splitting it up into 3 parts, I believe. So they have the Final Fantasy Rebirth, and they're doing they're remaking the whole thing, right?
Jason John said yes.
Yeah. When the whole thing comes out, I'll probably end up buying it, and then I'll probably do a whole entire playthrough from point A to B, from beginning to start. Because I love that game, Final Fantasy VII. I love that so much. So like that was, and then like that game. That's why I think he's like. I don't think he's the best villain. I do not think he's the best villain by far. Like by far, when it comes down to it, like truthfully, Sephiroth, he's not the best villain because he didn't win. Khalifa from Final Fantasy VII,
Jace Van John said I may play it.
I definitely would play it, big dog. What's up? What's good with you, Dark Knight? But no, I would say I think Dark Knight's a bot that I made. I'm not sure. What you call it? No, I remember Khalifa from Final Fantasy VI. I believe he was the best villain because he is the only one who ever actually got what he wanted. At the end of it,
Stream Elements said Old Armor Plays is now live.
say at
Streaming
the end
chatting,
of Final
To Yap.
Fantasy VI,
Jace
or
Van John said I've been playing Apex.
you been playing Apex? Apex is cool. I haven't been playing that game in a minute. I might be playing that game later. I don't know. I stopped playing Apex because they allow script kiddies. And if you don't know what a script kiddie is, basically people who use scripts for their movement. So say you have somebody playing Octane and they use that to do the strafe jump and all that stuff that goes like this really, really fast, like faster than a human. If you can tap strafe and you can do all that movement by yourself, I have absolutely no qualms. You mastered that, you did that, you put your work in, you put in your time. But when you use scripts, when you use basically a robot to do that for you while you're playing the game and all you gotta do is hit a button, then that gives you an unfair advantage. And they allow it. They say, oh, well, you know, it is what it is. And then they took away tap strafing from controllers. They're like, well, you know, if you're on the controller, you get aim assist.
Jace Van John said what the?
Yeah, no, that's why I stopped playing Apex. But no, so like, if you're like, oh, if you got a controller, you get aim assist. That's all you need. Like, bruh, I can have all the aim assist I want, right? What's good, Nika? What's good, Nick? I can have all the aim assist that I want, but at the end of the day, if the dude can literally jump over my head, come back in midair, and go over to the left, if the dude can literally jump over my head, go backwards, go forward, go backwards, go forward, go left, and then go back to the right, there ain't no aim assist going to help me track that. Ain't no aim assist going to help me track that. And my thumb ain't going to be able to move that quickly. And I'm not using scripts on my PC. I'm not trying to get a PC script. Like I said, if they can do it naturally, good. But when somebody's using basically a robot to do it for you, that's cheating. That's why I stopped playing Apex. I literally hopped on. I remember one time, right? I went download Apex, which for me over here, it takes a minute for me to download any type of video game.
Jace Van John said is that basically cheating.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel. That's basically it's basically cheating. Not basically, it is cheating because you're using a robot to map these inputs or to put these inputs in for you. All you do is hit a button. Next thing you know, you're going slide left, slide right, jump up and down, and you're hitting like 5 strafes in one time. And it's like, why am I trying? Like, I want to try and get better.
Said I have a feeling that you can get banned for that.
That's the thing, you can't. They said it's okay. The only thing that they had an issue with, or said they had an issue with, was when people started using a rewas so that people could tap straight on controller. So people could tap straight on controller. And that's when they started having issues. Because, what's good, Bruno Mars? So what's up,
Jace Van John said, nah, is that weird?
Yeah, no, that is weird because they was like, oh, people can tap straight on controller. Well, you already got aim assist, so you should be able to tap straight on controller. Like, I should be able to, do 3 flips on the side and then run off and then do like 3 or 4 run one. Or I should be able to hit one button, be able to go to the left 3 or 4 times on a tap straight, go from one side to the map to the other side of the map without doing much of anything. But you shouldn't have aim assist. Like, bruh. Coming from a person who plays both controller and mouse and keyboard, I don't get that argument. Like, let's screw it. Let's dive into it.
Jace Van John said that does not make sense.
It says screw it. Let's dive into the controller versus mouse and keyboard, aim assist versus arm assist. If you're using a controller, you need aim assist. And people say, you get what they have aim assist, but it shouldn't be that strong. Like in games like Apex, yes, It should be that damn strong. Honestly, I think it should be. Honestly, I think it should be stronger. And the people are gonna come up and say, "Oh, you need to get good. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do this. You need to do that." It's like, brother, no. It's like if in games
John
like
said I play legit.
yeah, I'm positive you do. But like in games and like games like Apex, where the move where you can have such movement, but you're not allowing a key input to be able to do that movement, who are not able to do that movement because you're just not able to have as many keys and have many things that you can do that you would as a mouse and keyboard. If you are able to play a game like that and you have all that movement and then you get mad at people because they get a little bit of aim assist.
But have you seen people on phone though?
People on phone, can't even get into that. I'm talking about just mouse and keyboard versus controller. But if you can do all that movement, but then you either should let the people be able to do the same exact thing on controller, because it won't be as good as you, because they don't have the ability to have as many keyboards and keybinds as you. That's why people had to use a external third party thing that allow like Rewas to actually allow them to be able to do those things, or y'all shouldn't have the same movement. That's just how that is, truthfully. It's like people get mad at people get mad at Call of Duty. Like Call of Duty, perfect example, right? We have somebody like Metaphor. He's the top 0. He's like the top 0.01 keyboard players in the world. Probably one of the best mouse and keyboard players in the world. And he always gets on this.
Jace Van John said so. It's pretty much like a Cronus.
No. Cronus is third party. How can I put it? I wouldn't say that it was basically a Cronus. If you're talking about Rewas allowed you to remap things. Now, don't get me wrong. There were bad actors that were using scripts on Rewas, allowing them to basically take away recoil and things like that. But on the same note, there's people on mouse and keyboard who are using scripts to make it so they can move within they can move really, really hard, move really, really easy, move really, really or whatever, right? They can press a button and then they can do everything. They can literally tap straight, super glide into like a wall bounce, and then keep it pushing. And on top of that, they most likely, if they're doing all that, they might as well have some aiming hacks or something to that nature. But I'm not saying that they do. I'm just saying some people do that. And like I said, there are people who are legit at it. I just don't like the fact of having robots be able to do it for you and that being allowed. When you allow scripts to be able to do that for you. So, in other words, if they're going to ban Rewas, they should ban scripts. That's how I feel about it. But say, like I was going off on Call of Duty, right? On Call of Duty, aim assist is overpowered. It's like the opposite of Apex. And I think Metaphor says it best. Mouse and keyboard is, it's like this. Mouse and keyboard is great on Call of Duty for shooting out far. That's why if you're like, especially like say you're not too much the best at it or whatever, mouse and keyboard, like me, mouse and keyboard is really good for your shooting out far because you can easily control it. You have a whole arm to control instead of just a thumbstick. Even though most guns on Call of Duty, you can literally control the recoil by literally just pulling down. But aim assist is extremely overpowered on mouse and keyboard. So yes, there should be a sweet zone or a sweet spot that where aim assist isn't overpowered, but yet you can allow people to have that same input. You can, it wouldn't be so bad. Like the inputs wouldn't be so bad. Like on mouse and keyboard on PC, or mouse and keyboard on Call of Duty, it's really bad. It's really hard. Unless you're really, 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 really good at it. Like, you're not going to be dropping, like, 20 bombs, 30 bombs, 40 bombs, unless you really put in the time to get at it. And that's good with any game, right? mouse and keyboard is harder on Call of Duty than it is mouse and keyboard is harder on Call of Duty than it is on Apex. It's basically what I'm coming down to say. Is that if you don't allow one thing, you shouldn't allow one thing. It should be fair. It should be even playing field all the way around. Personally. But like I said, I play both mouse and keyboard and controller. So I don't know. I'm just a casual gamer. I've just been playing games for 30 years. You know? Not only game I've ever played competitively was not Apex, was Tekken. That's the only game I've ever played competitively. So I come from more of the fighting game scene than anything else. I don't come from the shoot 'em up shooter scene. You know? But to go back to you, no, I think Cronus's should always be banned. I think if you're going to if you have to use a third party app to play a game, you suck at the game. But here's the thing: if the game allows for one input if it allows one input to use scripts, then they should allow the other input to use scripts. That's just how I feel about it. If you want to be fair, be fair. Don't take away from one thing just because they have something that the other one doesn't. You know? And I'm pretty sure that's a little bit crazy to say, after I just said, oh, fair should be fair. But still, keeping it real with you. I don't know. I just keeping it real with you. Aim assist doesn't help when your person is able to when you're fighting a person and a robot. Personally, that's how I feel about it. But anyways, I don't know, y'all. What do y'all think? Let me ask you that. What do you think, Trans? If you're still here, what do y'all think? What do y'all think about aim assist and all that stuff, or things like that? I don't know. That's how I just trying to figure. I just figure that out as I go along. But yeah, going back all the way back to what I was saying about video gaming back in the day. I was call it back in the day. My very first gaming system I ever had was a Sega Genesis, which I showed you. Very first game I ever played and beaten was Sonic the Hedgehog. First game I played and beaten. Not the first game I ever played. It was played and beaten with Sonic the Hedgehog, and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I mean, and I mean completely beaten. I went and had to go get all the 7 emeralds. I was able to turn into Super Sonic, the whole 9 yards. It was crazy. That's why Sonic. Anytime there's a Sonic game that come out, I try my best to go ahead and play it and get it. But a random fact about Sonic the Hedgehog 2? A random fact, Jay? Did you know that Michael Jackson, even though he's uncredited, he wrote a few songs for Sonic the Hedgehog? Michael Jackson, the king of pop. He actually wrote a few songs for Sonic the Hedgehog, which is crazy. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. But he's uncredited.
G_fam said yo.
What's good, G fam? How you doing, big dog? We just talking. There are no games right now. We just talking and yapping and talking and yapping. But yeah, so Jay left. But yeah, so no, that was my first game. The next game back in the day, Battletoads. That game I never beat. Battletoads was the very first Dark Souls games. At me. Come at me, bro. Battletoads was the very first Dark Souls game. It's the very first Dark Souls games. I remember back in the day, actually, Battletoads was so bad. Battletoads was so bad. It was.
Said, yo.
Yeah, it was a good old Army fan. Actually, hold on one second. Let me see if I can, without freezing this thing up again. Let me go here real quick. Do something real fast. Battletoads was the. Let me go here. Battletoads was the very first Dark Souls game. At me if you want to. Truly. Because that game, that game was actually broken. Like, to the point where it was not fixable. Like, legitimately. That game was broken to the point where it was not fixable. Boop. There you go. Can I do it? Add as a mod. I want to do it. Did I do it? I think I did it.
Old Army Van said hey.
What's good with you? Did I add you as a mod yet? Are you a mod? To add as a moderator. I'm trying to, but it ain't letting me. Okay, well, it should.
Old Army Van said no.
Let me see. Let me see. So you see him trying to do it, right? Go here.
Old Army Van said let me refresh TikTok.
What's this badge? Yes, I did. You see, I tried like a few times already, so if it added you, hopefully it did. But yeah, so like, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was saying.
Old Army Van said I'm back.
What's good with you, big dog? I'm not sure if it let me add you as one. I just tried to right now, but it, did what I did.
Jace Van John said what did I miss?
Yeah, man, I was talking about the very first Dark Soul game, which was Battletoads. Like, that's what I was saying back in the day. So you guys know how you have games that come out that are broken, right? You guys know you have games that come out that are broken, right? So back in them days, we still got broken games. There was no downloadable patch for them. So Battletoads was one of those. There was a few broken games back in the day. Battletoads was one of them. Well, not so much that it was one of them. It was so hard. It was so hard. Think about it. There was a green pasture going down the thing. I think it was the third level where you had to sit there and try to avoid the what you call it? Let me look it up real quick. Yeah, sit down and try to avoid the walls as you're riding basically like a sci-fi jet ski, something like that. Let me pull it up real quick. Battle. See. EAT Battle Toads. Battletoads. So it was Battletoads level 3. Yep, this one right here. Battletoads level 3. This level right here, Turbo Tunnel. This level right here, Turbo Tunnel. Move this aside real quick. So let's skip to the part where I'm talking about right here. This right here was the hardest level. So that's how it would pop, bro, right? So that's how it will go. Right. So you get to right about here. Now look. That's how insane it would get. These games here, like I said, was original Dark Souls. Exactly. Boop. And if you didn't hit those ramps, you died. Then you got all these people coming in like this. This was my childhood, y'all. This was my childhood. Bro, that was my childhood back in the day. Like legitimately, that was the insanity of my childhood. Like sitting here having to play that or do this and that and this and that. Absolutely, like I said, that was the original Dark Souls in my day. Battletoads, that game right there. Oh my god, I could never get past level 3. I'd like to sit here and say that I beat every. And keep in mind, no save states, no save. There was no saves. So once you died, you started all over again from the beginning. There were no saves, no save saves, no save cards, no come back and do. There was no easy mode. You got what you got. If the game was broken, the game was broken. And back in them days, let's keep it real. Back in them days, you guys complain about $80. You guys complain about $80 games now. Back in them days, games like that, no joke, dead serious, would cost probably close to $80 to $90. Sega Genesis, it would cost like 300.
Old Van said I never got mod.
I don't know why, man. I'll see if I can figure it out here. I'll see if I can figure it out here right after stream. I was trying to give it. You saw I was trying to get it to you, right?
Old Van said I never got mod.
You saw I was trying to add it to you, right? I'll give it to you. I'll see if I can figure it out back right after stream, man. I can't take the time to do it right this second. Let me go back here real quick and go here. Profile.
Old Van said okay.
Let me see. So you're only on watching. Click the live. Trying to add him as mod. Let me see one more time. Add as moderator. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. So like, let me get these likes up real quick. But like,
Old Van said okay.
what was that saying? Oh yeah, those games did not have freaking save states. You guys are spoiled. The first system I ever had that had a save state of any sort, I want to say was freaking. It was freaking PlayStation when I had a memory card. And the very first game I even ever got on PlayStation, PS1, was Crash Bandicoot. That's when games at that time were about $60. Oh, that's what I was going off on. You guys were complaining about games being $80 now. The games back in the days were around. I mean, if you look at it today, money, yeah, it was closer to like 100 and some odd dollars, things like that. But yes, those games cost a lot of money back in the day.
Said, are you playing Fortnite?
Not today, big dog. I'm just kind of yapping and talking. Just kind of want to yap and talk for a little bit, you know, just kind of chilling. Know what I mean? Jane Fan John, don't leave me, Jay. But yeah, so no, just kind of yapping and talking, man. Might be download some Fortnite. I gotta see what's going. I think I gotta take my PC apart again and look at the fan and probably clean it out. I think that's what's going on. That's why, because it keeps freezing while it's overheating. So I gotta most likely take my laptop apart and clean out the fan again because it's overheating. I can feel it overheating. So kind of don't want to play a game right now. Kind of want to just kind of chill with you guys and hang out for a little bit, you know. Usually I would be doing this. It'll just be on one platform. And I would just be on the one platform and talking.
Old Van said okay.
You know what I mean? But like, just kind of want to like chill and talk and hang out. Talk about games, talk about the good old days. Go on my little rants. I was, what else was, I mean, but yeah, those games back in them days, those were crazy. It was that, Battletoads, Golden Axe. Y'all ever heard of a game called Golden Axe? That right there was
Kofi
another game.
Screenbot said visit old armor
You
plays
know,
as
maybe
Kofi
one of these
plays out.
days. Maybe one of these days, what I'll do is I'll go over some. I'll start playing some of the older games back that I used to play back in the day. Another game that I'm excited about, straight up excited about, is Metal Gear. Is the new Metal Gear Solid game that's coming out. Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta or whatever it's called. Metal Gear Solid Delta, something like that. My nose is itchy. I'm sweating. Oh yeah, just kind of slowly wiping off the sweat. The new Metal Gear Solid game that's coming out. That's gonna be stupid fun. I like that. I played the original Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation. That's another game that I 100% completed. What you call it? That game was really fun. Like, I wouldn't say so much that it was really fun, but no, it was really fun because I actually went through it 100% of that game too. That was another, like, when I sit down and think about it, there's like a handful of games that I've 100%ed. There was Tekken, but that was just to unlock every character. Tekken 3. There was Metal Gear Solid. There was Sonic 2. I keep saying Sonic 2, because I wanted to play as Super Sonic. Metal Gear Solid, the original, because I really liked the game a lot. I really wanted to 100% it. Final Fantasy 7, because I wanted Knights of the Round, the material. And if y'all don't know about Knights of the Round from Final Fantasy 7, which I swear to you this, I have not played the new Metal Gear or the new Final Fantasy 7, right? I haven't played the new Final Fantasy 7. Not the newest one, right? Not the Rebirth. Because we have the remake and then there's Rebirth. I haven't played the new Final Fantasy 7. If by the time they complete that game and they don't have Knights of the Round, so I don't know if they introduced it yet, but if by the time they don't complete that game and they don't have the Knights of the Round material, that game's a failure. 0 out of 10. Because Knights of the Round was the best material you could get. Straight up. That one in Hades. Call it. That game in Hades. The Hades material. Materia. Keep saying material. Materia. That game. That right there was the best. By far. Let me do it like this. Let me do it. Yeah. Let me say this one more again. If Final Fantasy 7, I will put it on my face directly so y'all can understand this. If Final Fantasy 7 does not have the freaking Knights of the Round materia by the end of the game is a failure. Knights of the Round was the best material in the game. And that's just me keeping it 100 with y'all. Straight up. It was, oh my God, Final Fantasy 7. And then how Hojo, oh my God. Y'all need to, if y'all have never played it, y'all need to go and get Final Fantasy 7, the original Final Fantasy 7, and play through it. Experience a piece of gaming history. You know what's crazy, right? So back in my day, I gotta say like that, even though I'm 39, but I gotta say back in my day because people are on this app that are younger than the app itself, and that was around before YouTube was even a thing. Back in my day, I used to work I was working at GameStop for a little bit, right? And so when I was working up at GameStop, there was one game that was considered the holy grail of games, right? Like in Pokemon, right? You have Charizard. You have a first edition Charizard. So even back in my day when it first came out, it was $50. What is like $5,000, something like that. Last time I checked, first edition Grade 10 Charizard. So you have that in Pokemon, or yeah, in Pokemon. You have what's it called? The Black Pearl or the Black something or the World Pearl, something like that in Magic. Whatever it's called is the best card in the Magic game. Only so many are left, and it's like worth like thousands of dollars. Back in my day, at GameStop, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was the holy grail of games, right? That game, before they came out with everything else that is now out, before they diluted it, that game by itself, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was the best fighting game in the world and the most expensive to find. Even if you traded it into GameStop, you would get $70 and they would sell it for 100 and something. And that's not even exaggeration. That was the holy grail of gaming for a time. No joke, dead serious. And y'all would play, like, I had that game for the longest time. I would play that game all the time. I would take that game, trade it in, and go back and buy it back. I got into fighting games from my brother's godmother, Jackie. I got into Tekken and Mega Man. Mega Man X to be exact. Mega Man X 2 or 3? I forget. We were playing Mega Man X and Tekken. Tekken was so fun. And Killer Instinct. Actually, no, let me go all the way back, actually. Killer Instinct was the very first fighting game I played. I used to play that with my cousin Nick. We used to play Killer Instinct all the time. Like, that was the first game I played that had fatalities. Or not even fatalities. Yeah, it had fatalities. No. Nope. I keep going deep diving back further. No, 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 no. First fighting game I played was the original Mortal Kombat. And I was with Jay Wild. Dude I was on stream with yesterday. It was the original first Mortal Kombat. Was it the original first Mortal Kombat? No, Killer Instinct. It was the first one I played. I believe Mortal Kombat came out before Killer Instinct. Yeah. Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct. Cinder. Fight on. That was the first fighting game that I played. I used to play that with my cousin Nick all the time. I would obviously be Cinder. Fight on. And that, oh my god, because his special was the easiest. It was nope. Killer Instinct was the first game I played with my cousin Nick. Fighting game I played was Street Fighter. God dog it. That's why I am. Like I said, I'm a fighting game guy. Like, I don't stream it. I probably should, honestly. Like, I used to play Tekken competitively. I probably honestly should get Tekken and just start streaming it. Or get Tekken and get Tekken on the PC and start streaming it. Because I used to play that one competitively. I never got to as far as going into the competitive scene. I wouldn't even say I was semi-pro. I was like semi-pro. Only time I ever went kind of pro was when I was in the army and I was playing in Korea. And they wanted me to go on to like a team, but I couldn't because I was in the United States Army. Back in them days, I want to say back in 2011. But now I've been so far out the game. I haven't touched Tekken in so long. Oh my god. When was the last time I played Tekken? Shoot. Last time I played Tekken. What's good? What a Jane. What's good with you, big dog? How you doing? What a Jane. What's good with you? Last time I played Tekken was 3 years ago now. That was the last time I played Tekken. 3 years. I mean, literally touched Tekken. Not try to go play professionally. Not try to play anything like that. Literally touched the game. I want to say it was 3 years ago now. That was the last time I actually even touched the game. And so, like, maybe I should. I stream on nothing but shooters on this channel. So, like, I don't want to stray too far from that outside of what I'm doing today. But, like, I don't know. Maybe I should play, like, pull up a Tekken and play it and whatnot and see how it goes. Just call it. I kind of want to do a little bit more horror games. Like I kind of want to do a Resident. I like one game I want to play and finish through is Resident Evil, because that game gave me nightmares. That game, my uncle forced me to watch. Okay, so if you have nieces or nephews, don't scare them with freaking video games. My uncle scared the living bejesus out of me with the original Resident Evil to the point where I had nightmares. I would have literal nightmares about 160 or 164-bit zombie characters coming after me. Literally. And he would sit down and force me to watch it. He'd be like, "Why are you scared, Joel? Why are you scared?" I'm like, bruh, I don't want to watch this, man. Obviously, I didn't say that to my uncle. I just sat there and tried to take as much as I can. Then I had to jump. I was like, that used to scare the crap out of me. Like, bruh, I couldn't take it. But yeah, so maybe I'll do some Resident Evil 2. You know, something like that. Maybe. It's been a minute. I can download it. I got the Game Pass. I don't know. Maybe I'll do. Well, I kind of just want to do a series on that and then just kind of see how it goes from there. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? Just kind of want to see how it goes. You know what I mean? See how it goes from there. Hey, look, I got 100. So let me see. Oh no, this game right here, Tony Hawk 3, Pro Skater 3. That game right there. It's the bee's knees. Okay, let me rephrase that. I wouldn't say it's the bee's knees. Y'all don't even know what that means. It's one of the best games I've ever had. This is my childhood right here. Playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. It was my childhood, literally. Man, I kind of want to just play that for a little bit and hang out. Maybe we'll play that for a little bit. Let me see. I gotta go get my controller from upstairs and unhook the camera and stuff. I'll go do that real quick. Let me go do that real quick. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. You guys, watch the chair. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back.
Kofi Streambot said visit old Army Plays' Kofi page at.
I'm back. Let me figure this out real quick. Had to go get a controller. And then do that because I actually need that plug-in. This up. We're going to switch cameras. Do this, switch up. Into boom. Do this. Hold on. Here. Your capture device. Okay. Yeah, that's that camera. This one. Just turn it off. Here. We're fixing stuff on the fly, people. This is how we do it. Right? Of course. Just turn it off. Up. Over here. Move it down. Grab. Down. This down right here. Put this over right here. We're gonna close this. And we're gonna take off this camera. Good redress, how you doing? What's good with your redress? How you doing, big dog? Okay, we did all that just to do this. Make sure the external is in. Good stuff. We're here. We're here. Reopen. Fly off me. New fly don't bother me. And that's the Foundry demo. Now launching. I think it's got to update. Updating. Is it really having an update like that? Well, we'll see what happens. Because I never did do that. But I think while that's going on, should be good, hopefully soon. Anyways, while that's going on, let's just talk around about some stuff. But yeah, To Yap Pro Skater, that was my childhood right there. Like legit. That was my childhood, straight up. Like legitimately just playing that game for the longest time. So y'all might not even know about that. Has anybody here even played that game? Like truly? Like sat down and actually truly tried to play that game, like truly played that game, trust and believe. Y'all believe y'all would not even. It's insane. Trust and believe that. But like, you're like, huh? Wait for that to finish downloading real quick. But yeah, so like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, that was like my childhood, or like me keeping it real with y'all. That's just how that really went. Hopefully that'll download here soon. But yo, no, like legit, I'm not even joking. Like it was super cool, super fun, super fun, super fun how to play that game back in my day. We was that, and then we used to have there was this game. Okay, so back when I was younger, there was this game, right? It was called BMXXX. BMXXX. And yes, it's exactly what you're thinking. BMXXX. It was literally that. Heck, there was a game called the Guy Game back in them days, and in the Guy Game, the reason why that game got pulled was because it turned out there was a underage girl in it. That should give you an answer to that one. They Jeffrey Epstein themselves. Yeah. But like, yeah, it was really fun. Like back in them days, I was playing. Used to play with this. Used to play uh, Tony Hawk Pro Skater with this dude down the street on my block. Vince, cool kid. He was a cool kid. I really liked him. I used to play that with him. Play Yu-Gi-Oh with him. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh a lot. Like my deck was a Cyber Dragon deck. Back when Cyber Dragons were relevant. Back before fusion summoning, back before special summoning, back before link monsters, back before linking monsters, back before all that stuff. I was a nerd when I was growing up. A full, complete, and total absolute nerd. That's what I was. But like, it was fun to be a nerd back in them days. Truly. Like I would play Yu-Gi-Oh. I would play Pokemon and video games, and wouldn't really even focus on homework. Honestly, like back in them days, I will watch wrestling, and as a grown up now, I watch wrestling. I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh, even though you can see it right here on my computer screen. I haven't opened this up in a while. Master Duel. I play Magic. I used to play Magic, which you can probably see that on my screen too. That I have Magic the Gathering somewhere, or did I delete that? I still just play a lot of video games these days. Like a lot of video games. So like that was like my biggest thing. I would always be playing I love video games. Video games were my escape back in the day. Like from everything going on around me. Like I'm not don't get it twisted. I had a pretty where I was at the time in my life. Or where from what I came from, I had a really good life thanks to my mother. God rest her soul. She put up a lot and did a lot. She put up a lot and did a lot for me. Like she got me a Sega Genesis, even though I don't know to this day how she was able to do that. Because we didn't have much. We never had much back in them days. And it's not oh, woe is me because you came from nothing and now you're like here. I came from my mother and she did everything she possibly could to make sure that I was happy. She did everything she possibly could to make sure that we were all happy. Me, my brother, and my sister. Like, legitimately. She did a lot for us, and I thank God every day I had her. I thank God I had my family, my aunties, my uncle, my grandmother, my grandfather. God rest his soul. I had a lot of people in my life that has helped me with so many things, who would put me on the right path, who still to this day I call when I need guidance. That's one thing you'll never get too old for is guidance. Like, you always respect your elders because they made it this far in their life, so obviously they know more than you. You know? I mean, and I mean, don't get it twisted. Like, don't get it twisted. A fool can still sit and gain age. But anytime you want to think about where you want to be in life and where you want to be at, you should talk to people who are there or you should talk to people who are already there or who have surpassed it. You should never talk to people who are trying to get there with you because they're trying to get there with you. So obviously they haven't got there. So therefore, how would you know how they got there? That's just in life in general. Like, when it comes to anything you do in life, when it comes to like gaming, when it comes to like YouTube, when it comes to your work, you don't want to talk to people who have the knowledge. You want to talk to people who have the experience. You know? Because anybody can have knowledge. Not many people have the experience. Anybody can have the knowledge to know if you do this, do this, do this, do this, it should work. Doesn't mean it will doesn't mean it'll work. Where are you getting that knowledge from? They're getting that knowledge from people who have an experience doing it, and their experience is how it worked. But you're now getting secondhand knowledge from somebody. You should always be getting firsthand knowledge and firsthand experience. You should always be out there trying to do things, always trying to do your best in anything you're doing. It doesn't really matter if you're doing YouTube, if you're doing TikTok, if you're doing Twitch, if you're working in computers, if you're working, you know, as a deli man, if you're working as a mechanic, you don't want to work with somebody who has book knowledge. You want to work with somebody who has oil on their hands. You don't want to work with people who have paper cuts. You want to work with people who have not. Who want to work with people who have oil on their hands, especially when you're like a mechanic or something like that. You want to work with people who have experience because everybody have knowledge. Not many people have experience, and always keep that in mind. Always keep that truly within yourself because the simple fact of the matter is that's just how that is. You want to listen to people who are already there where you want to be and not people who are wanting to be where who wants to be that are already there. You want to be with people who are there. You want to talk to people who have been there who have been there or who are I can't say it properly and I'm completely rephrasing and choking up my words. What I'm saying is you want to talk to people who have been there and done it and succeeded. Hell, talking to people who've been there and failed is good too. Truthfully. Whoa, what's good, Del Pickle Eater?
D1 Pickle Eater, cucumber emoji, said yo.
Yo, what's good with you, Del1 Pickle Eater? We're just talking. We're just yapping while the game's downloading. What's good with you, big dog? How you doing? I'm just talking about people and experiences. Like, if you want, it's like, you want to talk to, I was just telling people how, I was just saying, like, you want to know how people have, you want to talk to people, if you want to get to a certain point, you want to talk to people who have been at that certain point. You want to talk to people about experience. That's how it is in the job market, or how people work in the job market. They want to talk about stuff. Yuka Papa. What's good, Yuka Papa?
D1 Pickle Eater, cucumber emoji, said I'm Yuki Paper.
What's good, Yuki Papa? How you doing, big dog? Been a minute. It's been a minute. How you been? How have you been? How have you been? How have you been? How have you been, big dog? How have you been? I'm just sitting here yapping, talking, waiting for a game to download, just kind of playing whatever. How you doing, Yuka Papa? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? But yeah, so as I was saying is like, so you doing good? You doing good? It's good. How about you,
D1
Yuka?
Pickle Eater, cucumber emoji, said good.
So how about you, Yuka Papa? What is something that you have that you let me ask you this. What is something that you have done that you didn't know you could possibly
Kofi
do?
Streambot said visit old armor plays Kofi
Like
page
me,
at.
being able to keep up a streaming schedule, being able to sit down and stream is being able to stream for however long I've been streaming for 1 year. I've been doing it for coming up on 1 year, 6 months now, or 1 year, 3 months right now. Like I've been able to stream for a while now. I've been able to keep up with streaming and a whole 9 yards, which is insane to me. I never expected to be able to do something like that. Like being able to keep up with a YouTube channel for 2 years now. Hello, Dart. What is something that you didn't expect yourself to do, but you were actually able to do, or just something that you want to try to do that you? It don't even have to be about streaming or gaming. Anything in life that you've done that you wanted to do, but you wanted to do and you were actually able to keep up and doing. Like I'm equating it.
D1 pickle eater, cucumber emoji, said soccer because I never played but I'm good.
Exactly. But yeah, exactly. Soccer? What you call it? Definitely, you should definitely keep at it, keep going at it, man. If anything, I'm always gonna be here rooting for you, big dog. But like, that's what I'm talking about. Like people, that's like a dream of yours or something like that. Playing soccer is that like a dream that you that you want to play soccer, that you want to get good, really, really good at it? Because I want to get good at editing videos or being able to keep retention or be entertaining. I have so many different things I want to be, low key, really, really good at that I'm working on every single day. As long as I put forth the effort, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like soccer, it's like if you want to play soccer, do soccer have different positions? I don't know much about soccer. Do soccer have different positions? I think I know about striker. That's about as far as I know. Nah, I want to be
D1
good.
pickle eater, cucumber emoji, said nah but I want to be good at basketball too.
Oh yeah, definitely basketball. Now what you call it? Being here in the Philippines, I know about that one. I actually used to play basketball back in the day when I was really, really young. I played basketball, I think one time, and I think I got a trophy for it. I'm not exactly sure what it was for. I don't remember back that far back. I remember that far back. I remember playing basketball, and one time I was playing it. I only remember one instance of one game I was playing basketball. What's good, Emily? I remember one game. Emma, my bad. Emma. What's good, Emma? I remember playing one game of basketball when I was younger, and I played it. I was the center, and I played it. And I only remember the reason I remember it was because it was my first time scoring during a game of basketball. I was a football guy myself personally. I never could play basketball that well. Sorry, I have to go see you tomorrow. Well, it's all good, big dog. Thank you for
D1
being here and
pickle
stopping
eater,
in, Yuka Papa.
cucumber emoji, said Sri I have to go to see you tomorrow.
So good, Yuka Papa. You have a go. You go have a good one. You have a good time. Thank you for stopping in and saying hi. Thank you so much. I'm just kind of like yapping. Tomorrow we'll probably get back to gaming. I'm not sure. We'll see if I might just want to yap some more. I'm kind of. Y'all just saw that. I think a bug just flew in my throat. Yeah, okay. Bug just flew in my throat. You have a good one, Yuka Papa, man. Oh, man. It's never good at what I was saying. I was never really, really good at basketball. I used to play football, though. I used to play center. I didn't play it in high school, though. Yeah, I've gotten 2 trophies. My brother was a football player of the family. My younger brother. Gotta say my younger brother because he was bigger than me. So my younger brother was a football player in the family. But yeah, if you want to do something, you want to be good at something, you gotta do is put forth the effort, put forth the energy, put forth the time. You know, that's basically what it comes down to. That's really what it always comes down to, is just putting forth the time, effort, and energy into doing these things. You know what I mean? You're almost done. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. That's just kind of how I feel about things, how I feel about life, how life is for me. You know what I mean? Just kind of like chilling, relaxing, hanging out, being me. Sorry about my voice. My voice is kind of. I'm not doing my "Hey guys, let's hang out." I'm not doing my upbeat or my cell voice. My cell's voice isn't the best, but you know it is what it is when it comes down to it. But like, I don't know. I just like having time with people, hanging out, being there. You know what I mean? But you know, it is what it is when it comes down to it. The simple fact of the matter is, what the truth is what you believe in, how you believe in, how it is. Okay, once this get downloaded, I'll probably stop and restart stream real quick. But yeah, so I don't know, guys. How do you feel about things? How do you feel about life? You know, kind of how I feel about things. You know, how life is for me. You know what I mean? But anyways, we'll see how it goes. This is almost done. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. We're going to end stream real quick, and then I'll be back with a game. And we'll be able to play some Tony Hawk for a little bit. Just yapping. Oh. Ooh, excuse me. So I will go back to a game as the cat sits down and looks at the TV. Okay. So we'll be back in a second and be back for a game.